Panasonic has to offer. So this year we are announcing our very first 4K shoulder mount camera. This camera is going to be part of our P2 lineup. This camera will have a large Super 35 imager with an expansion to adapt to the 2/3 inch lenses. It will be working with all of the P2 codecs that Panasonic has offered in the past, along with the P2Cast workflow. P2Cast is a system which allows you to bring content from the field in real time back to the station. So the camera can record a small proxy file inside the camera. Once it's recorded in real time in about 2-minute sections, it will upload it to the P2Cast server. P2Cast server now allows you to cut in and out of the content and demand a high-res proxy back from the camera, which can go into NLE system, and then eventually it can go into the playout system. So Panasonic is not only delivering news gathering cameras, along with that, we are also enhancing the workflows. Along with that, there is one more innovation that we are announcing this year, is support of P2Cast server on AWS, the Amazon Web Services. The P2Cast server can run on AWS. Cameras now can stream the video directly to AWS using RTMP mechanism. It can record content on AWS, then it can go into NLE and then play out. So here's our full lineup of our P2 cameras. We have the PX270, a handheld camera that is all integrated with the lens. Again, part of the P2 lineup as an entry-level handheld. Then you have the very far PX380, the PX800, and the flagship PX5100. This year, we are also showing the support of HDR onto P2 cameras. So here we have live HDR coming from our P2 shoulder mount camera, which is the PX5100. Very soon after, you will see a support of P2 codecs on our new handheld, which is the CX350. So this camera is our new handheld that was announced earlier this year. Moving along, we have the full suite of innovations in this area. As Mr. Baisley mentioned earlier, Smart Studio is where everybody wants to go. How can you automate workflows? How can you make things easier? How can you make things in real time? So with the Smart Studio, we are showing innovations starting with our first switcher. This switcher is a first attempt of Panasonic to bring out a 2110 MOIP as well as SDI hybrid system. It's not just SDI, it's a 12G SDI, so the switcher is 4K. The switcher can also be scaled up in a modular manner. So it's, you have currently showing one main frame of the switcher on top of the camera control unit. You can scale that up as many as you need in terms of the inputs. What we are showing here is our flagship studio camera, the AKUC4000, which outputs 2110 media over IP that goes into the switcher and live to the switcher. The switcher also has a hardware control panel as well as software control panel. To bring the Smart Studio to you, we have partnered with Brainstorm, Blacktracks, and Technopoint. Brainstorm allows us to bring real-time graphic that can be augmented into the video. Then we have Blacktracks. Blacktracks allows us to have real-time tracking. And then we have Technopoint, which allows us to have smooth broadcast robotics. UE150 is actually a first in its class camera. This camera supports, it is a 1-inch imager, a large sensor, allows you to have a very wide 75.1 degree angle, along with 4K 60 resolution and output. In terms of the outputs, the camera has a variety of the outputs. We'll talk about it later. But very key feature that I want to talk about this camera is the support of 3D protocol. 3D protocol allows you to have virtual integration with the systems like Brainstorm. So 3D protocol would go out of the camera into Brainstorm to marry the augmented reality graphic with live video. This is the first camera in its class to have 3D output. That is a fully integrated PTZ camera. So again, we have a camera on a totem, camera on a ceiling dolly. With the help of ceiling dolly, we are now introducing the Smart Studio to the next level. What I mean by that, so Blacktracks offers real-time tracking. Real-time tracking is based on IR. Data coming back from the space. So the person in the studio could be wearing a small beacon. This beacon can be now tracked in 3D space. As the person walks back and forth, the cameras will be tracking. We are almost tuning the system. That real-time data can be utilized to attach to the camera as well as to the ceiling dolly. So during the show, you will see that we will have talent moving back and forth. As the talent moves from one zone to another zone, not only the real-time data moves the camera, that is a robotic camera, but it will also move the ceiling dolly from one zone to another. This real-time data now can be applied to many other applications. Along with the innovation of live, innovation in live, we are also introducing a very interesting use case of our 8K camera. So with the help of this 8K camera, we are going to offer 4 independent HD output, which can be cropped out of the full 8K sensor. So as you can see here, I have the full wide 8K resolution, and in the 8K, I have 4 individual HD crops that I can get out of it. This can be controlled by controllers of Panasonic, as well as third-party, or even a pan bar, or going forward into Smart Studio, marrying it with the real-time data, and the real-time data can also track it. So as you can see now, the camera is working there. So as a person, a talent can move within the set, the camera can track that talent in real time. And again, all within a very low-cost PTZ camera, right? These cameras have become so much better. The image quality of it has become so much better that now they can be utilized for a studio application.